we're gonna do a box truck wrap from beginning to end. It might be boring, or you might learn some things that you didn't already know. Um, so yeah, have fun, watch it. I'll probably do some speed ramping and add some music. But I'm talking a lot in it too. So I think the entire process took me over an hour, but I'm trying to cut it up for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Alrighty, so right here I'm getting started trying to find a van for the client's mock-up. I really don't know why I did this in the beginning. Usually do this towards the end. But also right here I'm going through my Illustrator files. I have a mock-up of every vehicle, I think in the United States. And I couldn't really find the Ford van that I was looking for. Kind of just a long story short, the client sent me a better one in the end. So this is kind of wasted space here, what I'm doing. But just in the future, if you're a graphic designer and you're watching this, always just ask for a better mock-up and kind of wait for it whenever you do that mock-up process. Alright, so right here I'm going through and getting images and like the logo. The client sent me the logo. Luckily they had a vector. And I'm going on their Facebook page to try to find some good images for the background. Try to get some ideas. At this point I don't really have an idea of what I want. I kind of start out with this huge image and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can do an image to represent each service that they offer. And I was trying to go through here and enlarge them to fit the scale, because I'm designing in scale, and these were some iPhone photos and they just weren't big enough. So I did a little Photoshop trick to enlarge them, and the newer Photoshop has AI enlarge. It just wasn't working on this for some reason. So I did a cool little Photoshop trick to enlarge the quality of the image, and you can see right here that that image is now to scale. That's 7 foot tall and 48 inches wide. And then I ended up just duplicating it 3 times because I really couldn't find the photos that I needed at the time. So you can see here I did the math, 144 divided by 3 was like 48 inches or so. So that's what those black squares are for, is because I was going to end up masking each image. That's what I'm trying to do here. For some reason today Photoshop was just acting slow because I was building to scale. But right here I'm masking each image to the shape. That way I can change those images out later. They're always meant to be filler. And then right here I'm opening up Illustrator to pull in that logo file, and luckily the client had an awesome vector logo, so we're able to use that. Now I'm playing around with background options. I've kind of noticed that the background is super busy, and if you're going down the road or this is parked, you'd kind of not be able to see what's going on, with the background being so busy. So I was like, okay, let me just find an image off the internet that would work. So now I'm just trying to get it placed on the background. This is to scale, and I'm thinking, okay, we'll have a clean backdrop, and to me this didn't look too bad, so I was trying to put the information in and try to just kind of work it out. And I was like, you know what, this is a large box truck. This is 7 foot by 12 foot, so let's enlarge everything. And then right here I'm putting the services in that the client offers, because that's the main thing, is the phone number and services. And we end up changing this a little bit later, but now we're just going through the color scheme, going off the client's colors, the dark blue and the light blue. I'm kind of thinking of what to do here. And I have the email down there. I ended up just taking this email out just because I was thinking to myself, who is going to email somebody when they're going down the road? And right here I'm adding the logo for a local home builders association. I'm going to have to redesign that later when I go to print. But the client requested that, so I did that. And right here I'm just kind of playing around with styles of colors, and here's the phone number. I'm thinking a gradient might look cool. It might stand out a little bit more, be a little eye-catching, because to me it looked too plain. I've always wanted to go over the top, and now I'm making some of the background right here with the gradients, trying to see how clean it can be and what's the kind of the style I want to go with. So that's what I'm doing right here. And again, now I'm just messing around with the gradients and the background, and now I'm adding a call to action button to kind of see right here. Again, just still messing around with the background. I just could not get that right. I wanted you to be able to clearly read it, 20, 40, 50 feet away. And I blurred out the background so it wasn't too sharp and it didn't take away from the logo. Now I'm adding social media because you gotta have that nowadays. and I'm adding my safety nets. I'm moving everything because I made everything 5 inches around, just so I knew that when installing and everything, we had room for mistakes if needed. And again, going back and just changing the styles of everything and just double checking myself, trying to figure out, what was more readable, what just looked the best. And I spent a little time on this, and I just decided it just didn't look that good and changed it back. So again, now I'm trying to do a mock-up and kind of see. I just got one off the internet. I just threw it on there real quick, and then the mock-up wasn't to the same type of scale as the design was. Like the mock-up could have been it was a little longer or wider than what my design was in height, even to scale. So it looked a little weird here. And I was getting ready to send it to the client, and I ended up not sending it to the client. It just didn't look right. But I spent now it did look right to me. It was just too stretched out. But here, I'm just spending the time now just doing mock-up. It's always good to have one for the client. That way they can visually see what's in front of them. It's kind of hard, to know what's going on. And now I'm kind of talking to the client in the back end, and he gave some images to try, and they just didn't work out. But now he took a new photo of the van for me, of the one we're actually gonna wrap, and I'm kind of cutting it out, getting ready for the mock-up. And now we're getting ready to place it over with smart objects. If you know anything about Photoshop, smart objects are your savior. Always do that. And now we're just placing the document, the ready design onto the mocked-up van to send back to the client so they can get an idea of what they're buying, what they're just gonna see. And I always spend a little extra time making sure it looks real, make sure you can really see those rivets. It's kind of, overkill, but this is what I do. And now I'm just putting my branding on there and watermarks, in case somebody shares it, they can know who to call, or, if another business needs it. So here's the final design, and guys, I hope you liked everything. Let me know in the comments or anything if you liked it or anything like that.